Today we'll go through the different financial and not financial indicators of the first half of the year and the second quarter of Novaturas Group. And today, together with me is our financial director Tomas Taškūnas and me, Linas Aldonis, CEO of Novaturas Group. As I mentioned before, we'll go through the presentation, and later on, of course, we will answer to all your questions. Here on the third slide, first of all, I would like to start with our achievements of the first half of 2018. And during this first half of the year, we keep on realizing our strategy of the leadership and the profitable growth on the group level. And here the final financial indicators which we achieved during the first half of the year. And if you don't mind, I would like to start from the first one, on which we were really very much concentrated, and we are happy to deliver our EBITDA of almost 6 million euro for the first half of the year, which is in comparison to the last year first half of the year, it's 36% higher. As well, we were increasing a lot the number of our served clients. You can see that in the first half of the year, we were growing the number of served clients 42%. So it's almost 135,000. Also in parallel and very similar, we were growing the turnover. After the first half of the year, we have already more than 80 million of turnover. We were keeping almost the same, I think, really good gross profit margin and EBITDA margin. You can see here in the same slide. And we were also looking for different ways to increase the efficiency of the company. And you can see that our overheads for the first half of the year were 3.8 million euro, what is 15% higher in comparison to the same period of the last year. So when we were increasing the turnover and the number of the served clients more than 40%, we were increasing our overheads 15%. Of course, we need to mention that during the first half of the year, especially the first quarter, we had additionally one-off expenses around 400,000 euro, and these mainly they were connected, majority of them, they were connected to cost of the IPO process. We keep on developing our e-commerce, and later we'll talk more in details about our distribution, including the e-commerce. And our net profit was increased 24%, 4.4 million euro. I think that here there is one indicator missing. I think this indicator is important for any investor. And about this indicator, we were talking before IPO, after IPO, after the first quarter. These are the dividends. You remember that we were promising to pay from 70 to 80% from the profit, the dividends to the shareholders. So I would like to ensure you that we keep the same line of our business. We're remaining, and after the first half of the year 2018, we are remaining as asset-light business. So all the profits what we are earning, we will be ready to distribute to our shareholders. And our last management board meeting, we already proposed to pay the dividends 77 cents per share after the first half of 2018. And of course, we need to follow all the regulations, all the formalities. We need a confirmation from the shareholders meeting, but we are planning to pay 77 cents per share. So altogether, these are the 6 million in September. So we're planning to ask for the shareholders meeting at the beginning of September, and later on, after the confirmation, to pay the dividends for the shareholders. And this is after the first half of 2018. Of course, first of all, we'll do the audit and everything what we need according to the regulations. Here, I'm sure, and what we were talking before, that you know much better all the macroeconomics, but what we see from inside the company, that the macroeconomics, these main indicators, which we see that they are strengthening the purchasing power of our clients, our potential clients, and you see the really big growth of our number of served clients, more than 40%. On the fifth slide here, we would like to share with you some more indicators for the first half of the year, also for the second quarter of 2018. Here you can see from the left side in this chart that the first half we were growing our number of clients almost 42%. And with very similar numbers, in the second quarter, we were growing 39%. The same, as I mentioned from the beginning, the revenue on the first half of the year was growing 43% almost, and almost 40% the second quarter of the year. And later we'll go through different destinations, through different countries, to talk more in details about where this growth comes from. We were growing in all the countries where we have our business. I would like to remind that we are the tour operator in Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. We had flights from Vilnius, Riga, and Tallinn. Here you can see in these charts the number of packs sold by each country where we have our business. In the chart, the fourth one is other. So mainly this other is Belarus. If you remember before, we were talking that in Belarus at the moment, and not in the near future, we don't have any offices, physically any offices, but in Belarus we have our strategic partner through which we are signing the agreements with the travel agencies in Belarus. And these travel agencies, they are selling our products with the flights from Vilnius, of course. So we were growing very similar in each country: Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, and of course Belarus. We see Belarus as really a perspective market. One of you already before the presentation sent us an answer about the future of the Belarus. So we will keep on having our strategic partner there. We are not planning to go to Belarus physically, but we have our action plan how to attract Belarusians to travel through Vilnius, and this is how we're working in the Belarus at the moment, and this is how we're planning to work in the near future, 1-2 years from now. Here in the seventh slide, we wanted to share with you and to show the repartition of our products. Also in the first half of the year, our main products were flight package tours, sightseeing tours by coach, sightseeing tours by plane, and other products, mainly other products. These are the flight tickets. And you can see that the flight package tours, of course, they were the main our business, and actually we were increasing all the products, but I can say that the packages, they were growing the most, and the same it was in the second quarter of 2018, and the same for first half of 2018. So we can say that the packages they were growing much faster in comparison to other products. On the 8th slide here, we would like to share with you the growth of each destination where we were flying on the first half of the year. I would like to remind that we have more than 30 different destinations, and here are the countries which are the most they were the most popular in the first half of the year. Actually, I can say that we were growing in all the destinations, these main destinations, but in some destinations we were growing more. So one of these destinations, it was Turkey. Turkey, in comparison to other destinations, they were offering really and very good and attractive, not only the rates, but different conditions. And they supporting us, and the clients, of course, they were choosing Turkey because of these really very good conditions. And Turkey was growing, and I can see that Turkey is recovering very fast. Another destination which was growing faster in comparison to others was Egypt. And Egypt was growing mainly because of in 2017 October, we added again one of the main Egypt destinations, Sharm el-Sheikh. And Sharm el-Sheikh, during all the winter, including the first quarter of 2018, including the second quarter of 2018, was really very successful, with also very, very attractive rates of the hotels, other different conditions. So Egypt was growing mainly because of that. Also, we were growing in other destinations in absolute numbers. But these two destinations that were growing the most, we are very happy that we were growing also the long hauls. You see that this during the winter, the long hauls is one of the important destinations for those which are looking for the for very, very different countries to go. And these long haul destinations are becoming more important in our portfolio. When we're talking about the distribution, we are realizing our strategy that we need to keep good control on our distribution, a good diversification of our distribution. And we are developing three our main and only distribution channels: travel agencies, own retail, web sales, and GDS. You can see in this chart that own retail was slightly less in comparison to the last year, the same period, but I would like to say that here, of course, we're developing our front office, our own retail, but we are not planning to open any physical new offices to have much wider network and so on. We are developing our e-commerce, and if you remember, we were planning in June to start a new website with a responsive design, and you already can see in that we already realized this project, and Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, we are offering for our clients responsive design. We did it because we see that bigger and bigger part of the clients are coming through the mobile devices. I can share with you some statistics. For example, in comparison to the same period of the last year, the first half of the year, the number from the mobile, excluding tablet, mobile devices, increased 43%. And the repartition of the clients which are coming through the mobile devices and the desktop computers. Last year, first half of the year, from mobile devices, they were coming 36%. And this year, first half of the year, already coming almost 44%. So it's increasing very fast. And what is nice in these numbers, that the clients are not only coming and checking what is on the web through their mobile devices, but they are also buying. In comparison to the first half of 2017 and the first half 2018, the transactions increased more than 500%. It means that the clients are more and more buying through their mobile devices. As I mentioned before, these are excluding the tablets. The tablets, they were also growing almost 40%, these transactions. So we see that we are ready with this responsive design. We are ready to accept any client and to make everything to feel him comfortable in our shop. What is our website is our shop. And these are our plan for the future, also to keep really good control on distribution, to have good diversification of our distribution, to develop different distribution channels, and of course we see that the commerce is getting bigger and bigger importance. The same GDS is Global Distribution System. These are our flight tickets sales. GDS is like technological decision, and we have a possibility to sell our flight tickets through very different platforms, B2B platforms or B2C platforms. So we are using this channel as maximum as possible. Of course, keeping also good and very good relationship with the travel agencies. We see that this growth, as I mentioned from the beginning, is not only that this more than 40% growth of the first half of the year is not that the same clients, they started to travel more. We see that more and more new clients starting to travel because their income increase. And of course, usually these clients are coming first of all to the travel agency because they want to see the person to whom they are giving the money. They want to listen from them the advices, where to go, what to do, and so on. So the importance of the travel agencies in the Baltics, I think it's remaining, and we keep on really good relationship with them. On the 10th slide here, we would like to share with you the comparison of the gross profit, EBITDA, and net profit with the first half of 2017. And you can see here that we were increasing the first half 2018 almost 36%. The second quarter 23%, almost. EBITDA very similar, and net profit more than 24% in comparison with the last year first half of results, and the second quarter almost 1.6. In the 11th slide, maybe more explanation about these achievements. Here you can see more details. You can see we would like to share with you the profit per pax and average package tour price. Still, you can see that they are really very good. We are comparing them with the last year. So the first half of 2018 was the profit per pax was slightly less, €5 less, and the second quarter of the year it was €14 less. Average price was also in the first half of 2018 in comparison to the last year, the same period, it was 12 euro less, and 5 euro less was in the second quarter. Actually, I can say that there are several reasons. The differences are not so big. Still, I think they are really the profit per pax is really good, and the average price which we were able to sell in the market. But one of the reasons which affected this, I can say, profit per pax was the influence of the rising prices of the fuel of the first half of the year. And secondly, also mainly it affected the second quarter of 2018. And really, we can't deny that the good weather in the Baltics really they affected the profit per pax and average tour price. And these are facing the tour operators in the Baltic countries. These are facing the tour operators in the Western Europe. I can tell you that we were facing very strange, I mean, not normal situations which we were never facing actually. But for example, in May, in Tallinn, the weather was sometimes better than it was in Crete. So imagine. So this was one of the reasons which affected this profit per pax and average package tour price. And of course, the fuel price. We're keeping the same strategy in the Baltics. We are keeping the leadership position. We are keeping the profitable growth. We are looking how to attract more and more clients from Belarus in the very efficient way while having our strategic partner. We are, of course, very concentrated on all these indicators which we were presenting you today. And of course, we are already planning 2019 summer. We already started the negotiations with our partners, and we are going forward. And as I mentioned before, in the near future, also we'll share more information about paying the dividends. As I mentioned, we already confirmed this and proposed in our management board, and I'm sure that we need just to go through the formalities and to confirm it and to pay in September 77 euro cents per share for our shareholders. Thank you very much for your attention.